Wow, first of all, congratulations on being a college graduate. That is enormous, Megan Thee Stallion.
Okay, it took me a long time, but I did it.
I mean, I am so impressed and that you found the time to do this amongst everything else that you've been doing. And before we get into this mixtape and this music and all this incredible stuff that you're doing creatively and artistically, how did it feel on the inside to know that you achieved that goal because you stuck at it?
So I haven't walked across the stage yet. I walked December the 11th. But from everybody being able to go on a journey with me from the beginning of my career, seeing me actually on campus in my dorm room rapping, transferring to my next college and me being Megan Stallion at my college and my professors know that I'm rapping and the people in my class know that I'm a rapper. But to them, for them to be like, oh my gosh, I remember that. Now look at us walking across the stage. I feel like that is such, a good thing for my hotties to see too.
It's a very inspiring part of the whole scenario. And I wanted to start with it because we know that you're an incredible creative and a superstar and that all trains are leaving the station as we speak in all the right directions. But for you to continue with your education like that and to commit to it and do those online courses, I mean, were there ever moments when you knew you had an assignment you had to hand in and someone's calling you needing a hot 32 bars and you're about to get dressed for the Grammys where you're like, I bit off more than I could chew here?
No, it's been a few times where I've been like, not as on time as I should have been to something because I had to either hurry up and finish a presentation on Zoom with my professors, or I had to hurry up and try to turn in my assignment before 11:59. It's just, it's been a whole little chaotic thing, but I really wanted to do it. I really wanted to make my mom proud, really wanted to make my grandma proud, wanted to make myself proud, to say that I stuck through something and I followed it all the way through, and look at me now.
I think you've touched on some really important things there. And, we do make these decisions to follow things through because they are life lessons that we were taught from our parents and from the people that raised us to commit and see things through. And I'm sure that those around you that are still with you and those that live with you in spirit are very proud of that achievement. So congratulations.
Finishing, my degree is something that I'm super proud of because not only did I want to be Megan Thee Stallion, my other plan A was, being Megan Pete. And I really wanted to open up these assisted living facilities because I saw the way my grandmother took care of my great grandmother, and I wanted to create an environment, for the elderly to feel safe in, kind of like end of life care. I wanted, people to spend the rest of their life somewhere where it felt like home. So that's what I'm gonna do with my degrry.
I wholeheartedly, support that and absolute respect. Music. This music is sounding ridiculous. It's not fair because this one right here, Eat It, is an absolute smasher. Everything that we love about Megan Thee Stallion coming out holding nothing back, and why should you? But then the first track I heard was Megan's Piano, which to me is like, oh my God, it's like one of the most instant smash hit bangers I've heard in a long time.
Well, let me tell you about Megan's Piano. So I was living in Malibu for like a while. And it was like a big ass piano in the middle of the living room. And me and my producer were sitting there and we was just like, messing around on the keys or whatever. And I was like, okay, let me play something and I want you to make a beat out of this. So I actually played all of the piano noises for the beat. Yes, it was me. So I got my first producer credits. Yes.
I love that because what's really awesome is that most people put those piano sounds through the grid now. You put it on the computer and it's all quantized and it sounds perfect. Mm-hmm. But you can hear the playing. You can hear the personality.
This was a voice note. And like at the beginning of the song, you kind of hear him and me, like him and I going back and forth, like snickering because he like, Megan, okay, for real, do it. And so I'm at the piano like this. Do. Like really trying to make it perfect.
That's awesome. You did. And the way the beat and everything rolls off and you just hit the ground running so hard on that song. This is real rap. We know that you are significantly, exciting and skilled on the microphone. Apart from being a superstar, everybody knows you love to rap, right? You love to get up there and show people that side of yourself. What was it like making something knowing that, you could just focus on rap? You could focus on really exercising that muscle.
I feel like today, right now, everybody's attention span is so short. So like, I feel like a lot of artists are pressured to make a song that's, okay, you only need 30 seconds of the song for it to be a smash. Because people are, you're looking at TikTok or you're looking at, whatever you're looking at, and Instagram, everything is so quick. Like you just want to hurry up and do something that's going to catch everybody's attention. And I feel like it's a lot of pressure to make music that you feel like everybody likes. So it's like, okay, should I make myself this one way because I want to make sure that I hold my audience's attention? But then like another side of me wants to make sure I always cater to my hotties. Like I want to do things that keep the people in love with me that fell in love with me in the first place because I like to rap. So I'm like, okay, with this, I'm gonna just let loose and I'm gonna do whatever I want to do because this is why y'all fell in love with me in the first place. I gotta block out everything else and I just want to rap.
I actually think that's the secret.
Yeah.
I think that's the secret. I think the secret is less about kind of fitting into some other construct of what connects in a certain period of time. Every time you do something that is truly you, we just love it, regardless of what it is.
Like sometimes it gets hard though, because you look at social media and you're like, okay, this must be what's hot. Like, you feel like, okay, I gotta, whether it's you looking at people with money, they flashing their money, you want to put the money to your ear, or you a girl and you're like, oh, her body look like this. Oh my gosh, my body has to look like that. So same thing with music. I feel like a lot of artists, we look at other artists and we're like, oh my gosh, this has to be like this because they the shit, so I gotta be the shit too. But I'm like, nah, I'm me. So this what I'm gonna do. And if y'all like it, that's lit. If y'all don't, it don't matter. Cause I do it for the hotties.
You're in the franchise game now as well. So everybody's looking at you like, how do I get in the franchise game?
Right? But I do that make me happy, that make me feel good. I want to be making the mogul. I'm not just, making the Stallion all the time. Making the Stallion is a brand. She is a business. So we making business moves.
Yeah, and that's an awesome one. I mean, for fans of Popeyes, full stop, having you involved in that business model is only a good thing. But rather than just going out there and putting your likeness up on a billboard or lending your voice to something that is helping to promote the brand, you're actually out in the streets and you are using what you're doing to contribute value to those in need, and you're building part of the business. You're in the business infrastructure. How important was that deal wasn't just a brand deal?
It wasn't just another brand deal because, first of all, everybody know I love spicy food, so let's start there. So I'm like, okay, I really want to create this sauce that is the shit. I like shit that's sweet. I like shit that's hot. So boom, that's how we got the hottie sauce. But then like just for me to be growing up in my area, and Popeyes is like something that was just on the south side of Houston a lot. We was $2 Tuesdays in college. Like this is something that I was really eating. And just being able to go back to my city or, in whatever city that I feel like, people needed jobs in, and to be able to create job opportunities for other people. I feel like that was something that was very important to me. So I just wanted to, make sure I have some shit in the hood or some shit anywhere that got my name on it. That I'm like, okay, y'all see me, I'm giving back. I love y'all my people. So I just always like to let people know that I appreciate them as much as they appreciate me.
You are one of the most in-demand collaborators in music because you put a lot of heart and soul into everything you do. You don't just do it for the check and for the shared engagement. You get on and you make those bars work and you add value to people's music. How do you decide who that you want to work with and don't want to work with? Because I can imagine the phone's ringing off the hook. How do you stay connected to that experience and not feel like you're overcooking it?
Sometimes it gets overwhelming because, you got your team telling you, oh my gosh, you should do this. This is a good look, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like that's just not me. If I like a person or if I'm into what they have going,
yes,
I'm into the message. I just like you in general. Then yeah. I'm gonna collab with you because I feel like both of our things will work together. Like both of our sounds will work together. And I just like to show other artists that I rock with you because a lot of times it seems like it's hard to get along with each other. But I'll be just wanting to let the people know that I fuck with I fuck with you. So it's like, okay. This is me saying like I appreciate you and I like your artistry and thank you for having me a part of your artistry. So I wanted to, I want to hop on. But I just feel like if it don't sound good to me, if it ain't something that I'm genuinely interested in, then I'm not gonna do it. Like I'm not doing it for the attention. I'm not doing it for clout. I'm not doing it because this is our label said we should do this. No, I hop on shit that I like. So.
I mean, you obviously have really broad taste in music because I'm just looking at some of the more recent collaborations that don't necessarily feel like they would make sense on paper, whether it's a Maroon 5 or the
right.
BTS Butter remix or working with Marshmello. I mean, I think it shows raw confidence that when you get in any environment, you're able to be entirely yourself and not be swayed by genre or by beats per minute,
right.
things like that, right?
I just like all music. Like I don't only listen to one genre of music. So anytime I can get people to listen to me, that's all over the world in any type of mix, I'm like, yes, I rock with this too. I'm bringing hot girl shit to the dance. I'm bringing hot girl shit to K-pop. I'm bringing hot girl shit to the Spanish music. Like I love everybody. So I just want everybody to, to get the opportunity, if they never heard me before, to hear me. So yeah, I feel like that makes them want to go be like, okay, well, who is this girl? So then you get some Texas flavor.
You get some Texas, so you get some of the hot sauce.
You
the
get
Popeyes
some
franchise. You get the hottie sauce. Hey, information right now, of course, about this mixtape is super low key, even for us, and we're getting ahead of it. So I want to make sure I cover as many bases for fans as possible. So I wanted to just know, who are some of the key people that you worked with on this mixtape? If we could talk a little bit about that. Who did you bring into the space for this?
everybody who I work with is always gonna be across all my projects. So y'all know Lil Ju is on this. Y'all know Juicy J is on it. Buddha blessed this beat. OG Parker. It's a guy that I never worked with before. His name is Hit Kid. But y'all will definitely hear a lot of stuff from me and Hit Kid on this project and on my future projects because it's just fire. I love that Memphis sound. I love the Texas sound. So anytime I get to like mesh the two, it always comes out fire. So, but those are the people that I'm, off the top of my head right now. But it ain't nobody new. Same crew. I don't really do too many new things.
Except for Hit Kid.
Broke. I don't gotta fix it.
Except for Hit Kid. Except for Hit Kid, who just extended the Christmas list to include extended family as well as core family now because he's in the Megan Thee Stallion financial business. That's a great day. When you get picked up by someone like you and you get to collaborate, it's a great day. What about on the mic? Just you on the mic on this?
Oh, yeah. It's just me all by myself. This whole project is me. It is literally something for the hotties. So it's all the freestyles that are recent over original beats that the hotties have been asking me to put on streaming platforms. And it's just like a sprinkle of some new things that... So I'm working on 2 albums, right? So I'm just recording a bunch of music. And things that didn't seem like they start fitting on... the project that I know I'm gonna release next year, I'm like, okay.
Wait, hang on a minute.
These songs go more cohesive together.
I am not a college.
I just gave you the scoop.
I know you did. Hold up. And by the way, because I'm greedy for the hottie sauce.
Right.
I am not a college graduate, so I'm no good at math. But you said you're working on 2 projects. Now is this one the hotties for the hotties? Is this one of those projects?
This is one of the projects. So the 2 albums that I'm working on is something for the hotties, and y'all know I'm not about to tell y'all the name of the second album. But I have been recording songs for a long time, and I would sit on them, and I would be like, okay, I'm not gonna use it for this project. I'm gonna use it for the next project. But then, like me and Ferris, my manager, and my brother, we sitting there listening to the songs, and we like, nah, the hotties got to get this because I know they hungry for something right now. So let me just put it all on something for the hotties. This is my gift to them for Halloween, for Christmas, for Thanksgiving. Y'all better be turning up for the rest of the year. I know y'all gonna love it.
By the way, what's up with your Halloween costume? You may have already won Halloween, and no one's even gotten dressed yet.
Okay. Because I'm gonna have 2 costumes. Like, spooky season is like my favorite season. I love to dress up. I love horror. Everybody knows that. So this year I was like, okay, I gotta do it big. I gotta go all out.
You went all out, man.
I did. This is my first time being bald. I was like, because it ain't a hairstyle that I can't rock. So I was like, okay, let's be bald headed and stick some nails in my head and see what they look like.
but let me say something that I want to sound weird or anything. But as a bald headed human being who's shaved his head now for like 20 plus years, you have a great shaped head.
Thank you.
It works for you.
I was really nervous. I was like, damn, what do my head look like? And I was like, oh, girl, you got a cute head.
It doesn't work for everybody. Trust me. I know a few people who got some ugly shaped heads. You have a good shaped head.
Okay, I got a pretty good little head.
I am not going to push you on any more details for the forthcoming project because, I respect the process and I know that you're hard at work. But all I'll ask you before we finish is, are you having the most fun ever making music? All these other great things around you that feed into who you are as Megan Thee Stallion, but I know that your heart and soul starts and ends with music.
I'm having a really good time making music right now because I'm not rushing myself. I feel like I work every single day. So half the time I'm like trying to squeeze in writing lyrics. Like I'm like in the shower, like, okay, let me hurry up and write these lyrics. Or I'm like on the plane, like, oh my gosh, I like how that sounds. Let me write it down so I won't forget it later. But like now, cause I'm like, I felt like I was rushing trying to put out projects because I feel like I always got to feed the hotties. So right now, how I'm writing, I'm like really taking my time. Like this is the most songs that I've ever recorded. So that's why something for the hotties, it feels like good because it's kind of like an introduction into the next phase of my music. Like this is something that I already did. I've been sitting on these songs. So now I'm like, okay, the hotties deserve this. They should have it. And y'all should be prepared for next year.
You did it. It's so funny. I have this thing like, when you're an artist and you want your time and you visualize your time, you're in the queue, right? And there's a starter gun ready to go and everyone's at the starting line and you're like 100 back or 1,000 back and then you're getting closer and closer to your moment. And then it's like, oh my God, this is my moment. I know it's now. And you start running and you're right. You never stop. You just keep going 1,000 miles.
Because it's like, it's not that I'm in a race or I'm in a competition at all, but I know while it's smoking, you gotta get it. So I'm running, I'm doing everything. I'm never gonna stop the grind, don't stop. So I'm like, okay, let me try to fit this in with this. And I got a photo shoot, but I gotta record these songs. I gotta drop an album. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. But the music that I'm writing right now it's not anything that I rushed. Like
I love that.
it's things that I'm taking my time with. Like when I do get my days off, which I need to schedule more days off, but when I do get my days off, I get to like sit down and actually write some shit, you know?
I always enjoy connecting with you and chopping it up. You know, I love the way your mind works and the way, and I think your music is sounding incredible. If this is a mixtape just to feed us from freestyles and beyond, I cannot wait for project number 2. We appreciate the nod in that direction. And yeah, you're a superstar. Congratulations on everything.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.